What is up guys, Vortex here, and today I'm going to be showcasing you a deck profile that you guys have actually been asking for a lot in my recent gameplay videos, and that is Justimon. Justimon is such a cool looking Digimon. I didn't really watch the Digimon anime at all, so when I saw Justimon in the leaks I was like, damn, this Digimon looks really cool, I need to build the deck for him. And that's what I've done. I'm going to be explaining my thought process on all the cards that I play, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. And if you do, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does mean a lot. We're close to 800. Hopefully we can get it. So let's get straight to the deck profile. Alright, and let's get straight into the deck profile. So starting off with the eggs, this has been changed since the last time you guys saw the list, but it is for Pagumon. A lot of people tend to play the Hopmon line, these guys here, but the issue that I have with the Hopmon line is that the 1k DP is obviously nice, but the search in this deck is required basically. Like, sometimes you just won't find the combo pieces that you need when it comes to the Digimon. Obviously this doesn't search tamers, but just getting the extra search is very pivotal for the deck, I would say. So that's the egg, and then we get onto the rookies, and I think this is different for a lot of people, but I'm playing 4 Monodramon. The reason why I play 4 of this is because it is probably the best search for tamers in this deck. It allows you to reveal top 4 and then add all black tamer cards. Sometimes we just need to find those cards, and sometimes you'll just have a hand where you have up to Cyberdramon or up to Justimon, but you don't have the Rio. So we play the mono just to basically try and find and guarantee those tamer cards that we desperately need. We then go on to probably another odd choice for a lot of people, but it's Toy Agumon. Yes, I'm not playing a cyborg-based version of this deck. The reason why we play the Toy Agumon is because of reboot. Sometimes, especially in like heavy stack metas, you kind of just want to have the reboot just due to the fact that it basically stops your opponent from attacking basically into it. Because if you attack into a Justimon stack, unfortunately that probably does end the game for you. So having the Toy Agumon is very important. Obviously now in BT10 there are stuff like Justimon, which gets Jesmon, which gets around it. But unfortunately, you know, you just can't do much about it. For the last rookie, we play Sunriser. This does everything that we basically need in this deck. We need the additional security attack +1, and will always be 13k DP or more because of tamers and a bunch of inheritables and stuff like that, so very important. And also the piercing does come up quite often, actually, surprisingly. The reason why it comes up is because sometimes you don't want to delete Digimon with the Justimon effect because it deletes 5 costs or lower, but if you need to get rid of things in the field and they're already suspended, you can just attack over them and continue your OTK turns. And that is all the rookies. And now we get onto the champions. First of all, we're playing 4 Tankmon. At the moment, there isn't really like a good level 4 you should go into. There are blockers, sure, that cost 1. There's probably like some draw cards, like with the Guardramon from EX1, but I just like playing Tankmon. The reason being is because it's a 1 cost to Digivolve, and it actually does matter a lot in this deck because you're just really trying to push forward to get to the Justimon, and so only paying 1 for a Digievolution cost is really important. Then we get onto the main level 4, is the 4 Strike-Dramon. Strike-Dramon is another tamer searcher for the deck, but the main reason you actually play this is because of the memory gain it gains. If you have 2 or more black tamers in play, you gain a memory. You'll always have 2 black tamers in play unless you're really searching, which does happen sometimes, unfortunately. So this is a 4 of. I know people complain about whiffing with this card, but it is really important for the deck. And then the finishing touch, 2 Grumblemon. We play lots of black tamers, and having a hybrid which can help swing for game is really important. So we play 2 of it. And that is the champion line. Now we go into the ultimate line. So we play 4 Cyberdramon. Cyberdramon is obviously clearly the main level 5 of the deck. It allows you to play a free tamer because playing free tamers is really cool. It also has the downside that it can't attack players, but it doesn't really matter most times. The Inheritable is also really good as well, which if you have 2 or more black tamers, you get to de-digivolve, which is going to be actually kind of important coming to the next format. And in a weird way, one of the most important things about this card is the fact that it is 10k DP. I don't think any level 5s currently are 10k DP in the format, but what this actually essentially allows you to do is that sometimes you'll actually get 13k DP with this on your own, which means you can then swing with Sunrisemon Inheritable. So it's actually insanely good, and yeah, we obviously have to play 4 of it. Just getting this search as well is really important as well. Here's where I'm starting to fall off a little bit when it comes to this deck. I think it's primarily the ultimate line. I play 2 Volcano and 2 Megadramon. The reason why I play Megadramon is because it's a good defensive option for your opponent's turn, because essentially once you attack, your Rios are until the end of your opponent's turn, which basically means that your Digimon will always be like a higher DP just due to those kind of effects. So having a blocker that is basically invulnerable is obviously really important. The Voltramon on the other hand is a little bit off, I will say, because the security attack +1 is good, but I don't think it comes up enough. So I'm looking for a different slot for this for sure. We now get onto the level 6s, and of course the main one we're playing 4 of is the Justimon Blitzarm. First of all, look at this altar, it is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, this is obviously your main combo piece. We have to have play 4 of this, especially with new support that came out in BT10. It does everything for the deck. It gains DP, it allows you to delete 5 costs or lower, it also allows you to unsuspend itself. And those effects are really good, and they're all in a free cost level 6. So it's the main guy of the deck, so you play 4 of it. And another card that we do play is obviously the new Justimon Critical Arm. This card is interesting. It basically helps you loop, allows you to digivolve on top of the Justimon, and it also allows you to, if you swing, digivolve into a Justimon. But if you digivolve on top of a Justimon, you get to delete a guy basically. So yeah, it's really good, and it helps you cycle through your Justimons. So I would say that this card is pretty good. Unfortunately, this isn't as good as the other Justimon that's coming out in BT11, I believe. The one from BT11 allows you to facilitate a lot more plays, also gains security attack +1, and I think piercing maybe? I know it's the security attack +1 though. So yeah, we play 3 of this. Possibly you can put this down to 2, but at the moment I do like it at 3. And now we get onto the options. We play 2 Final Zubagon Punch. This card just wins games, just flat out. The fact that you gain additional DP is something that we don't really need, but the fact for 2 cost we can get blocker, reboot, and security attack +1, it essentially means we can go for an OTK turn while also protecting our follow-up turn, your opponent's turn. So you play 2 of this. It's just really good, and it becomes usually free to play because of the Strike Dramons that you get for level 4. Then we get into the 2 Black Memory Boost. I'm playing a lot of consistency cards already in the deck to help find the tamers. So we have a little bit of... This is primarily used for the actual memory gain in a weird way. But getting the search here as well is also very important, so we play 2 of it. And then we get onto the Tamers. I don't think the Tamer line is something very crazy, but we'll play 4 Rio. I mean, look at this OR, it looks so good, doesn't it? You can see the texture as well, even though the light's glaring through it. But as you just search a Dramon card, so you can actually technically play this in a lot of other decks, weirdly enough, as just like a tech card. But you can also, but when your black Digimon attacks, you gain 1k DP until the end of your turn. So there's been times where I've been able to gain an additional 3k or more in this deck just due to having Rios out, and getting that additional DP, especially as it lasts to the end of your opponent's turn, is actually really important. So it doesn't gain you memory, which is the only bad thing about it. Obviously, it would be too broken if it did. But that's where the other one comes in for Ikazu. We don't really care about the cyborg or machine cycle in this deck. What we tend to actually care about is just having another Tamer in play, and this is probably one of the better ones you can have in play. There are obviously still cyborg and machine cards in the deck, but we don't need that much cycle, but it does help in situations. And to end off, probably the best black Tamer ever made, Izzy Azumi. I mean, we just need free memory basically to go for a lot of our big turns, and playing this one for free cost, because nothing else in this deck is a different color, is just really powerful in the deck basically. Yeah, I think this is genuinely one of the best Tamers printed, so I don't know what you could do about it, Bandai, but you could have got up the bar, I guess. Anyways, that has been the deck profile for Justimon. Overall, I think Justimon is an interesting deck, and I think it could become pretty competitive if it gets more support in BT12 and beyond. I think we've got enough level 6s, we need some more level 3s, 4s and 5s for the deck. But what did you think of the deck? Please let me know in the comments down below, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.